Oh hey guys, welcome back. So today's a favorites video. I wanted to show you plants. Just ones that I'm super obsessed with, and yeah, I don't think I've put out one in 3 months. I think the last one was June. So I'm very excited. I love showing my collection to y'all. And also, okay, side note, I'm filming on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'm still kind of learning, the settings of this camera, trying to look at the camera, not the screen below it. There's a setting called D-Log M, is that what it's called? Where you have more freedom when it comes to color, what is it called? It's just color correction, color grading, that's the term. When I put this on auto, I don't know, I thought my skin looked so weird, the colors were oversaturated. So this is gonna be interesting. We gotta start with Monstera Burle Marx Flame. We gotta start with it. I mean, I have a few. I don't know which one I'm gonna show because they're all at the same kind of level of gorgeousness. I think it's gonna be the one in Pawn. I just think out of all the planters, this one's the one that looks most aesthetically. I don't know. The leaves are all facing in general in one direction. And there's so many. Yeah, isn't this a gorgeous plant? Whoa. Okay, there is a new leaf over here. So again, there are 2 plants in here, and I'm going to put out a video talking about my journey. A year ago, I propagated my main plant that was living in Lekka because she was going through a lot. These are 2. I mean, this is a sneak peek of that video coming out in the future. Yeah, single node cuttings, and she's pushed out a ton of leaves. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why the new leaf over here is facing the other way, but yeah, look at these. The other plant, I think the newest leaf is this one. Super gorgeous. And do you see that new leaf just popping out there? Whew. Okay, I also, for some reason, when the flame pushes out leaves that have like these kind of fenestrations, I don't know, the hole. It's so cute. Hands down, my favorite plant. Let me count how many leaves on each plant. So 1, okay, there's 6 on one. I think the second one has the same. Let me see, 1. Okay, the other one has 7 leaves actually. Let's do another pan. Yeah, I was doing some plant chores yesterday and I was like, hands down, this one looks the best. I mean, they're all like healthy, the ones that I have. But this one looks the best. We're kind of staying around like the 5-6 Fenny mark, I would say. The new leaf on this plant has 6. It's gonna be exciting to see just how many. Ooh, oh my God, look at this, okay. So this one is in a self-watering planter. This is an 8.5-inch self-watering planter. I wish I used a bigger planter just because the plant's roots are really big. I have it on a moss pole and you can see that there are roots. There's a new one there. And yeah, thankfully it's attached at some nodes, and you can see I didn't fill this planter to the top with pon, but you can see as a plant's roots grow, they displace the pon, therefore the substrate goes up. There's been a lot of spillage situations, but that's okay. I mean, she still looks really, really, really good. And yeah, especially with the addition of the moss pole. I think she looks so good. This one specifically, I don't think I was feeding it in the beginning since she was just like a cutting with a smaller root system. I think after she started pushing active growth, I started fertilizing a little bit, and I'll get into that in that video, but you can't rely on the slow releasing fertilizer in pon long term. You need to supplement it after, in my opinion, anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months. Just a light fertilization, nothing heavy. And the components in pon do a really good job at holding on to a lot of the nutrition and the buffering. And yeah, look at this, I'm so happy. So again, this is one. I have, I think 3 plants in Lekka, another 2 in pon. I have so many. I'll talk about it in that video. But yeah, the first plant is the Monstera Burle Marx Flame. Look at this. Yes. Y'all probably, if you follow me on Instagram, y'all have probably seen this next one and its beauty. I'm gonna be so interested to see the color correction or like what it looks like. But this is the Anthurium Super Red Crystallinum crossed with Red Crystallina Wu 9. So this is a Woohoo Tropicals hybrid of 2 red crystallinums. And I got this from David, Confused Planto, from his personal collection, from the Prop Studio TO. And I mean, to me, it doesn't look that great on camera, but like, I'm hoping that I can color grade it all right to what's real in real life. But this leaf is incredible. Listen, so she came to me in this small little dessert cup. It might have been tree fern or moss, I'm forgetting, but I really didn't keep it, like, I didn't keep up with the fertilization. Y'all know if a plant is actively growing, and in my opinion, specifically anthuriums, you need to like start feeding them or the growth isn't gonna be good. So there were a bunch of leaves that got stuck. There were a bunch of leaves that didn't look great. The one before that did, and you can see that the reds and purples fade. And then the one before that is this one. But when the emergents come out, like, it's insane. Can you imagine a big version of this? I can't. And the thing that I'm super obsessed with is how purple it looks. Like, I didn't know that like a red crystallinum can come out this color. And yeah, it's one that I'm so excited for. Okay, so this one's in a self-watering planter. These ones I get from Amazon. There's like, I was gonna say a basket, like a net pot and then a wick. And if you can zoom in, you can see a root popping out of the bottom. We'll see if this plant is okay with it and if it's gonna show any damage moving forward. But this one is in my tree fern mix. So I think because people don't like watch my videos as consistent, like I'm getting so many questions either on my videos or on Instagram. Why am I growing plants in like soil or dirt or like this kind of mix? And I said it briefly before in a video where I'm mixing my tree fern mix, but I can't ignore what everyone else is experiencing and saying about tree fern and how it's really good. And honestly, it's only been 3 months, I think. I am kind of obsessed. Just as long as the mix and the plant is in a self-watering planter. I've mentioned before that I think a lot of my plants that I have in my tree fern mix are anthuriums, and you can't let your anthurium dry out. They'll get angry. It'll show the leaves, especially if they have like new leaves unfurling, emerging. And yeah, if you want to know exactly what's in my mix, I think I have 2 videos out. I think this is my 2.0 mix where I added the worm castings and the biochar, black pearl. And so there are no words. This is a beautiful plant. Wow. Also, I have these sachets on my plants. It's called Spicel. Spicel. It's the Californicus beneficial mite to be a preventative for spider mites, preventative for broad mites, flat mites, and you can't treat spider mites with just this one. If you have an active infestation, this isn't necessarily an aggressive beneficial if you have an infestation, specifically if you have webs. You can't just treat with Californicus. You need, in my opinion, you need to try Persimilis, which is a mite that needs spider mites to reproduce and thrive. So they actively hunt them down. The only issue is that you need high humidity and I think warmer conditions. In my environment, since I grow in ambient, I find that they do huddle in moist parts if they have a food source. And I think because a lot of mites, they can survive on I think it's pollen or just like feeder mites. Persimilis needs spider mites to survive. So again, they're aggressive. If you have an infestation, I do recommend it. Maybe get a humidifier going, or if you have an infestation in a bin with smaller plants, maybe put the top on just to increase that humidity and release it there. I've tried that also. But yeah, Californicus, just as a preventive. I don't have an active infestation. I think the last one I had was in 2022 in September, so 2 years ago. And I treated with Persimilis, and it was fine after. Okay, honestly, this is gonna be like, sounds so funny. Another plant I got at the same time, I think, is the Anthurium Dark Phoenix. I'm pretty sure this is from Cartel Down, but again, from Confused Planto's David's collection. This was a gift. I told him I would keep this thing because it was a stump or like a butt cut. Was it? Did it have one leaf? I don't remember. This was back, I think, in February. But then he put this thing. Wow, the product showcase is so bad. I turned on product showcase. How come it's not doing it? Okay, it's not working. It says little gift from David. And I told him I think it'd be funny if this grows really big and it has this thing that says little gift. But I don't know. I love how there's so many veins. Do you see that? Also, David, if it's not from Cartel Down, then please correct me. But do you see how there's like the veins? So that's a new leaf. That one was there. And then it popped already. This crunchy leaf over here. I do have Orris insidiosus. I see a little one over there. But I am obsessed. In the same configuration and the same kind of story as the red crystal. I had it, didn't feed it, wasn't looking that great. And then yeah, so another one I'm just so obsessed with. Because she's growing. She's growing. It's so exciting. And oh my god, did I even finish my train of thought? I feel like there's so many dark phoenixes. I don't know what, like, and also a lot of hybrids. I don't know what a dark phoenix looks like. I just think there's so many variations. Okay, this is the Anthurium dark phoenix. Let's do one of the most impressive Hoyas I have in my collection, the Hoya Polyneura outer variegated. Now I know I showed her a month or two ago, but this is incredible to me. Like, I think it's so incredible. First of all, I've, practiced restraint when it comes to propagating it, because y'all know me. I wanted so many Polyneuras. It's funny because the outer variegated Polyneura, I have 2 full planters at work, just because, again, my love for propagating. But she's starting to trail and the vines are long, guys. The vines are long. Okay, so she lives up here. You can't see it. But I'm just gonna drag her. And I know I'm gonna damage a whole bunch of... Okay, do you see? So this is the part that I see all the time, because this is the part where she's facing this way. But do you see the vines, everyone? And on top of that, oh my god, they're dripping. There's so many blooms. Look at this. Oh, everything's falling. The old ones are falling. Wow, the product showcase is not doing a good job. Do you see that? Oh, these flowers. Look at that. Wow, if you get real close, it can't handle that. It needs to be back here. Okay, look at these. So, do you see how long these vines are here? I legit almost dropped everything. I never see this side, which it looks the same. And I can't even like showcase this in its fullness. I might have to just stand back here and just tip it a little bit. But yeah, do you see? Oh my god, I can't even like show it all. There's so many vines, so many points where it's blooming, and it's just, do you see this? This is nuts. There are a couple of vines that are completely cream. So here, obsessed, and then here. And the reason why they're able to survive is because vine like higher up has the normal leaves. Like, do you see that there? But for some reason, it's just continued with that. So it's able to keep it alive. It's able to push out growth. This one had blooms, surprisingly, a few weeks ago. But yeah, look at this. She lives not under grow light, just against my west-facing window. I mean, I guess the vines that are hanging down, they're getting a little bit of the side view of my Sunblaster LED grow lights, but that's it. And yeah, so do you see? I love this. It's so incredible, like how fast specifically Polyneuras grow. And I've had the green one, I have the Broguette, which is probably like a little bit wider than this one, and then this one, and I've propagated it many times. It is a fast grower. Okay, how do I put it back? Ooh. How do I live? Okay, the next plant is a plant that I didn't know I didn't know existed until I saw it on the Props UTO, and like I'm pretty sure it was part of Nikki's sneaky plants in her personal collection. She talked about it a lot on social media that this is a fast grower, and even when I bought it at the Ontario Plant Show. She was like, you can water this so much, you can drown it and it'll be fine. And what I've noticed is that it is a very, very thirsty plant. It's, oh my God, I don't even know the name. It's a Fallopia? I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, the future can put in the name. But it's a Fallopia. Okay. Look. Okay, so there are so many variations on what the leaf can look like. Like you can see that you have the like partial, like variegated parts. A lot of the time you'll have these just cream pink ones. And I didn't propagate this one at all. Like it just kind of did its thing. I had it on a trellis. I looped it around a ton. And like, how do these grow? I haven't done any research yet on this plant. It is so crazy. I found it interesting because there was just one plant, like one like stem. And then all of a sudden, out of the tree fern, because I repotted it into tree fern, there's this random one that just came out from beneath the earth to kind of bless us with these cream pinky leaves. Isn't that so funny? I don't know. I think it's hilarious. So I was like, oh my God, alocasia vibes. Like, you know, when they pop, like, is that the same? And I'm pretty sure, so now she's in that tree fern mix I was talking about in the self-watering planter. There's an indicator showing if it's full or not. I watered these yesterday, and do you see how it's halfway? I watered this yesterday. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this so amazing? I think everyone should get this plant. I'm not even kidding. And I've seen a few people that do have it, and theirs look so gorgeous. And I don't know. It is a plant that I never knew I would love so much. And incredibly easy. She was right. Nikki, you were right. This grows like a weed. It is thirsty. I don't know what it is, but maybe it had a good root system already. I'm pretty sure, and correct me, Nikki, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure it was in a vermiculite mix. And if y'all know, like, vermiculite is kind of like a sponge where like it holds onto a lot of water, but it is, I don't know if it's lighter, but when it's wet, it like stays wet. I didn't take a lot of the vermiculite off. I just kept it in that substrate and then I put the tree fern around it and she did just fine. I think there are roots in the reservoir. Yeah. So the roots, this looks hilarious and kind of gross. That's why look how long these, oh my gosh. So they're a lot thinner. So I think it's closer to like Maranta roots. You know how they're like thinner like this? And oh my God, every time I see this, I think it's dead because I'm not used to these kind of roots, but they're healthy. I don't know. This is so nuts. Do you see how crazy this plant is? Just all around, super impressive. I thought I was gonna kill it because, you know, she was so dehydrated and I didn't know. And I was still kind of getting used to the watering of this plant before I repotted her because it was just in like a cup. So I didn't necessarily know how moist the reservoir was. But like, look at this. She's so cute. So Fallopia, whatever the other word is. And I'm blasting this one against my west facing window. The grow light is like touching and you can see that there's some damage. Like this is touching for sure, but not that much. Like she looks real good. Okay, we are gonna talk about Miss Philodendron Melanochrysum. We have to. I am so astonished. Let's use that word because I've ignored this plant so much. There's a period of time where I didn't water it for 2 months and it was in this old arid mix that I made in 2021. So 3 years in the same mix and it managed to survive. The other leaves look like crap. This new leaf. So this new leaf came out when I started paying attention to it. I've air layered it using the Ziploc method. And let's just show this beautiful plant. Oh my God. Let's do boop, 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 boop. Look at that. This is so crazy to me. Do you see this? Yeah, this is 100% the longest leaf the most healthy looking leaf that's ever come out in my care. I think in my chore video when I showed it, the leaf wasn't hardened off. She is now hardened off and I'm so impressed. Look at this. The other leaves are looking crunch. I don't know if you can see. This is the one before that. This is when I was like, okay, Kevin, how have you ignored this? And it's still putting out like okay leaves. Like this is the one before that. And this is the point where it was like the 2-month mark and I didn't water it. But what I'm gonna do, again, I have air layered it with Ziplocs just to keep in the humidity over here. Then I'm just gonna propagate it. There's so much root growth at these 2 nodes. I wanna wait for maybe like 2 or 3 more leaves and then I'm gonna chop it. I just can't keep it in this tall, you know, situation just because, I don't know, she's almost too tall. I don't know. Do you see this? Oh my God. Do you, oh. Sorry, I'm just like admiring it. Look at this. And then the idea is to put it in my new like tree fern mix that I'm obsessed with. And to me, I think that mix is like amazing in my environment and like just with all my habits, like being underwater and everything, like I do think it does hold on to a lot of more moisture. I'm thinking of putting it in a self-watering planter, but okay, so this one faces the shelves with the grow lights, so it's getting low to medium light in my opinion. And I think a year or 2 years ago I had issues because I was blasting this one with light, and this Melanochrysum does not need a ton of light. Do you see? Ooh, I love this plant. Oh my God. Here she is, and I'm so excited for this new journey. Okay, the plant that spilled, I don't know if I kept that in, but this plant spilled and the reservoir went everywhere, is the Monstera, I think this is the NOID Mint. So I know everyone, it looks like an elbow, but you can actually see if you've seen mints in the past that it does have those characteristics. So I bought this from House of Monstera, and you know a lot of people that have gotten plants from them and they're presenting this way. I don't show this plant often. I think I did show it in a favorites video before, but I had this long journey the whole year last year where she was just putting out cream leaves, and I didn't want to propagate it because the stem was like so cream. So I basically cut all of the growth, and then I saw, I think, a couple nodes that had a little bit of green, and it still gave me a lot of white, but you know, a lot more green. So I am so happy with this growth on this mint. I know people will say that looks like an elbow, but it is a mint, so I'm very excited. This is a new leaf. I'm like not hopeful for the one next because I think the stem is starting to turn more cream. Can we just like have a little bit more green? I'm actually pretty shocked that there's not a lot of crisping. And again, I'm still, even though I've had this plant for so long, like I'm still kind of new to like how it holds onto the variegation. A lot of this is like when I've dropped water. Actually, I haven't dropped water. This plant lives under my Burle Marx flames, and if y'all know, when you water a plant and then the next morning there's these droplets of dew that like they slide off the plant and the plant's tips, and so a lot of this is the dew from the Burle Marx flame. Do you see all of it? And you can see that it's like all on the white parts and not the green parts. So yeah, that's the damage there. But yeah, just like so excited for this plant and the journey. I have her on a moss pole. The moss looks so gross. There's so much algae, and she's in leca. One thing also, there's a root down here. Do you see that? One thing though, this might be specimen specific. It might be the substrate. It might be a lot of things. But one thing is that this plant is so prone to root rot. And I don't know if it's just the leca, and maybe I need to try tree fern, maybe I need to try pond, maybe it's because there's not enough green that the plant is kind of just dividing nutrients and energy to sustaining the white part, and obviously there's less green, so there's less food that the plant can make for itself that it can't sustain like a healthy root system. I don't know. That's why I have this moss pole, and that's why I keep an eye on how moist it is, because I'm always trying to save this plant, letting it root at the newer nodes. So yeah, it's interesting. Every time there's a root system, like I mean the one at the bottom that y'all saw, every time there's a root system that I think is going to be super healthy, it just rots. And I do keep on top. Again, I'm changing my nutrient solution every 2 weeks. So I am keeping on top of the moisture. It's never dry when I see it. Interesting, because I thought all Monsteras are super hardy. Again, it might be specimen specific. Who knows? But yeah, another one I'm super excited about. Anthurium Moodeanum is actually slaying with this new leaf. Oh my God. Slaying with this new leaf. Okay, listen here, everyone. This plant is just so amazing. I think my specimen is just like super gorgeous. I kind of don't think, based on the, or maybe this is just like a different variant of Moodeanum, but it doesn't look like the other ones. I think it's more red than the other ones. Obviously they do fade, but they do hang on to the darkness. So there, you can see this is the oldest leaf. That's green and going. This one up here. But yeah, just super impressed with the growth. It's like, I have no words. Like, it is such an incredible specimen, and the reds are out of this world. And how shiny. Very fast. It's tried to push out multiple inflows. I'm not really in the mood these days to pollinate. I keep changing my mind, I know. But I keep cutting the inflows because, like, I tried it once before. The internodes on this one, they're very large. And so I do have it on moth pole. I'm not keeping the moth pole moist. It is offering support though, which is good. And so yeah, here's the beauty over here. Okay. This Caudata Sumatra, I just have to show it because is she gonna be, oh, she is stuck on, see, the tendrils grow so quickly and they just like attach to everything in this room. Everything, plants, grow lights, shelving, everything. Oh my God, let go please. I wanna show you. Okay, so I feel like I need to repot this soon. I don't have pawn. Look at this. Do you see this? Oh, first of all, the leaves, even if they're not sun-stressed, I like love them. But look at the speckling on the sun-stressed leaves. My grow light is like right there. But look at the flowers, everyone. Oh, but don't break it, Kevin. Don't break it. Don't break it. Don't let go. I don't know if it's focusing, but please let it be. Look at these. There's more over there. I mean, there's another one next to it that's closing. There's another one underneath this side. Look at that. So beautiful. I can't. You can see all these tendrils because I've been doing a poor job at keeping this maintained. Definitely one that I want to put in a bigger planter. I want to extend the trellises. I want like a big dome like my New Guinea Ghost and my Cressy Petilata with Splash. Like, I would love that. In these tiny planters that I absolutely hate when they grow big root system, because the reservoir dries out like every 2 days. And, you know, I have been like I've been doing a poor job keeping this watered and the reservoir being present. Not president, present. I watered it yesterday, and you can see that she's okay. I love also, like, they're so pointy. Like, do you see the pointiness? Yeah, like, look how pointy before they open. And, oh, again, these leaves, when they get the right amount of light, they have these specks, and it's just so gorgeous. Hoya, Caudata, Sumatra. Okay, the next plant, there's two that I'm going to show. It's the Anthurium Magnificum crossed with Tezula Dark, or Ace of Spades from Tezula, the dark form. And this one was one of the plants that got wrecked by the imbalance in the pH. It was too basic. The leaves were coming out so funky. And so I propagated it. One is in pond still, the other one is in tree fern. This one, it's not hardened off yet, but you can see how dark it's gonna be. And I just need to show it. Do you see? Oh, it's really like, oh, I'm spilling. It's really showing the Tezula Dark Ace of Spades genetics. If y'all remember, I had a lot of seeds. These seeds, or seedlings, sorry, the seedlings were gifted to me from Northern Plant Room, Somia. Oh, I keep spilling. And all of them were like, they were pretty much just green. And so I noticed with this one This one was the one that was pushing out like super dark leaves. And I almost want to bring a comparison. So I kept one over here. This one is another one. Same parents, but again, you'll get different variations. You see how green it is compared to this? Like there's a difference. No, I activated the tracking by accident. No! Okay, is that okay? Okay, is that okay? Okay. Yeah, I'm so excited. So these two leaves, and you can see when they harden off, or when there's new growth and the leaf ages, they turn more green. Still kind of dark, but when they're new, look at this. This is so nuts. Okay, in my tree fern mix, I know she's in like a clear nursery pot. I have like really done a bad job at keeping this moist, but the root system is absolutely crazy. Do you see on this side? Do you see all those roots over there? So fantastic root system. And from the same plant, it doesn't look dark. I don't think it's close to hardening off, but this was the bigger portion of the plant. Wow. Okay. I was shocked. Let me show you the leaf before. It got stuck. You can see how dark it is though, right? It's giving me more Bessier vibes. I don't know. But then, do you see this leaf behind it? The next leaf was this big. I mean, but do you see the difference in color from the other one I showed you? Wow, it really does look dark on camera. You see the difference? This is the leaf before that. So this one's in Lucius upon. Again, with my plants in Lucius upon, my plants in tree fern. I'm watering them now, like in the summer, like every 2 weeks with a diluted nutrient solution. And if you watch my plant chore videos, I think the most recent one, y'all will know what my nutrient solution is. I have changed it and I'm seeing really good results. I mean, look at this. I mean, she's not quite like that. Like she's not that dark. Like I'll show you probably my darkest Anthurium. This is the King, it's not that. King with Spades crossed with Velvet Mask. So this is like probably one of my darkest ones. I mean, it's kind of close. I don't have like NXC plants type dark Anthuriums. Like that is just, I feel like witchcraft to me. Like how are there Anthuriums that dark? But it's pretty dark. I don't know. But yeah, isn't it just so insane that that was a leaf before that and then just push out that? And I am using in between my nutrient changes. And if the plant needs water, I am doing a mixture of diamond nectar and great white, which is mycorrhizae. It has all the beneficial stuff, the trichoderma. And I saw like years ago when I first introduced diamond nectar to my, my leca plants, I did see like growth like this. So I don't know if it's because I'm watering more with diamond nectar, like the frequency is a lot more, but that might be the reason why this leaf is so big. Because definitely in the past 3 months, I've done a lot of that. It's summertime again, like it could be just because it's been a little bit warmer on average. But yeah, I don't know, it looks so good. Okay. Oh my God, I'm like, I'm so excited. I just want to show all the plants. No. I'm like destroying everything. Okay. Anthurium. NOID code red. Cross with Papillilaminum A+. So you can see with this one, the red veining, giving me like truly when it's first emerging, like red spider vibes. This is the new leaf. So do you see how it's red spider vibes? The fused sinus is everything to me. The dark foliage, once it hardens off, like look at the difference. It's gonna harden off to that color. I have already damaged it. I don't know if you see those specks at the bottom. I was doing a whole bunch of watering before. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed. Okay, so the leaves were coming out like that. And so I'm like, okay, still love, because give me A+ like Papillilaminum vibes. And then all of a sudden, these two, It is insane. I don't know. I think it's so insane. And I know I talk about this one a lot. I show this one on Instagram, but like look. Oh my God. These kind of look, maybe these are my dark ones. Anyhow, I'm so obsessed. Oh my God. Okay, that is that plant. I feel like I'm just showing all the plants. I know I haven't showed these in a while, but my Hoya Mathilde with like super silver, super splashy leaves, show-stopping plant. This is one of 7 of my planters. I think I have like 2 at work. I might have 1 at work, and then the rest. I did merge a bunch, so maybe it's less than that. Maybe like there's only 4 planters now. Oh. Wow, I am a mystic queen here. Oh my God, it's still happening. I think this is one, because I haven't made any cuttings recently. This is the most just silver. And yeah, I'm happy. Not getting blasted. Maybe this side is getting blasted, but she's a little off to the side, a little off center. Has the excitement with this plant gone down? I haven't really like looked to see if like people still want it, and if people, maybe they're more picky when it comes to the type of silver they see. And it's hard. Like sometimes I'll have a node that I think is going to produce silver splashy leaves, and it doesn't, and then you have the littlest bit of splash, and then all of a sudden from that node there's like more. But anyhow, it's just so impressive to me how I've been able to maintain it. I don't know, just super exciting. Okay, and I saw this yesterday. This wasn't here before I left on vacation. Pubicalyx, pink silver. I guess it's in the name, but like, I got this as a 2-leaf cutting from Helen vs. Plants. Crazy Plant Buddy, thank you again for the gifts. But look at that. Do you see the new leaf? It looks so different from like the previous ones. Oh, I don't know. It's so pretty. And Lucy's a pod. Y'all know I have the cake dowels because I know I'm gonna put this on a trellis. She's so fragile. Look at that. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my God. I guess that's it for this one. And I think I'll end it off with a big one. My Anthurium Magnificum crossed with Luxurians, the one that was gifted to me from North Shore Tropical. At this point, it's a year, almost 2 years. Remember I took a top cutting. I was very nervous. She's still in pawn, but look at this new leaf. I mean, she's huge, and I know the new leaf, I just don't want to touch it. I know the new leaf is blocking the big one. Let me try. I'm scratching it. Okay, do you see? This is the biggest leaf, and then you can see the other leaf. So that's the oldest one. This is the one before. So, incredible. And then like there are roots going out of the net pot, and I don't know if I want to show you. Future Kevin zoom in. I don't think I can move, and I hope there's a root there. Is that just the wick? Do you see these ones, guys? I don't know what y'all can see. It is going off. Oh, I just broke a root. Just so impressed with how big the growth is. Yay. And okay, guys, I guess that's it. I know editing this video is gonna be a nightmare just because of the color grading, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it real to what I see with my eyes and not enhance. It's gonna be very tricky. I don't know, product showcase on this camera, I don't know if I like it. A lot of people, every time I watch people's videos, it's pretty good. And I don't know, like I have a ring light, like the lighting should make it easier for, you know, getting close to the camera. I don't know. And if the quality looks different, I am experimenting. The last video was 24. The last video was 4K, 60 frames per second. I'm now doing 4K, 24 frames per second. And I turned on pro mode where everything's manual. There's nothing auto happening right now with this camera. I put everything on my manual settings, and I'm using DaVinci Resolve. That's my video editing program to edit this video and color grade it. So we'll see. It's gonna be my first time. On my other videos, I do nothing. In like the first year of this YouTube journey, so like 2020 to 2021, I was just upping the contrast for a lot of my videos. And then after that, I was like, who cares? I'm like, let's just use auto. The camera was really good at just like adjusting like color wise. And then now it's good. We'll see. Thank you again, everyone. It is September, the best month ever. Do you know why? Because it's Virgo season, the most hated season. Everyone hates Virgos because they're so particular. which is annoying for a lot of people. I will be going to the Secret Plant Show in Vancouver, Van Dusen Botanical Garden, September 20th to 21st. And it's gonna be my birthday, so that's gonna be so exciting to like just be around like plant people and just plants on my birthday. And like I'm going with Marianne, one of my besties. So this is gonna be like an iconic birthday, I think, for me. And I'm excited. I don't know. So if you're going, let me know. It'd be nice to meet a lot of you on that side of Canada. And yeah, I'm really excited. Yay. Okay. Oh, what was your favorites? Oh my gosh, I was gonna end it. My favorite, I think Burle Marx Flame is killing it, but Fallopia is a close second, y'all. Okay, I will see you in the next one.